6,000 scattered. Temperature 17, dew point 14. Altimeter 2996. These are approaching use. Runway 30 arrivals. Runway 26 left tower frequency 119.4. Runway 30 departures. And runway 26 right tower frequency 120.5. All departing aircraft contact clearance delivery prior to taxi on 118.15 with position and departure point. Ground control frequency 133.0. Line and hold short. Visibility 10. View clouds 2,000, 3,900 scattered, 6,000 scattered. Temperature 17, dew point 14. Altimeter 2996. ILS runway 30 approaching use. Runway 30 arrivals. Runway 26 left tower frequency 119.4. Runway 30 departures. And runway 26 right tower frequency 120.5. All departing aircraft contact clearance delivery prior to taxi on 118.15 with position and departure point. Ground control frequency left for
Formation Yankee wind 108.5, visibility 10, sky 2000 view, and other cloud is scatter. Yes, very good. Temperature 170.14, altimeter 29096, and runway 3026 use. Frequency
Whiskey Charlie, continue up
119.4 and 120.5
with your request. They'll turn.
Yep.
Roger, thank you, 119.4.
Gauge 1, 2, 3 gauge all green. Backdrop check, right magnet check. 1, 2, 5% backdrop. And left magnet check. 1, 2, 5% backdrop. And cover it, rise. Cover temperature increasing, RPM is dropping. Now RPM is cover. And brake clutch check. 3, 2, 1. Gear split. And then door close and latch it. And map chart. Hey, we can use
Turkey 900, turn Crossman, thank you.
22.5 and max takeoff power is 23.4. Right. Yeah, sounds good. I would switch that off then. Next frequency is LA basic. Yes.
Which tower Turkey 900, future Tango on all wing and look at flight time. Future Tango. Cherokee 960 Tango Long Beach Tower, extend your upwind, I'll call your crosswind turn. Extend the upwind and you will come by crosswind.
Cyclic corrective friction off.
Lima, turn your crosswind to follow the Cherokee ahead into your route on the downwind as soon as able.
Carbon switch on, increasing engine RPM 101 to 104.
Turn your crosswind to downwind as soon as able.
Turning crosswind to downwind 865 Lima.
Cross right out, 1, 2.
Cherokee
Cross right
60
out.
Tango, crosswind turn is approved. Traffic to follow is
멀리 right out, 컴퓨터
crosswind will be
스크린 1, 2, 3 올 그린 F 스미들
900 Sierra.
Maximum
For the
right
option number 1.
0.
Clear for the option, follow the Cherokee 865 Lima.
Turn on the nav right.
Yeah, it's a good idea right now. Just good to get used to that because for the other helicopter we need it.
Now left clear, right clear. Helicopter is Romeo and Maverick test doors down in departure. Long Beach Tower helicopter A37 to Romeo and Maverick. Request to north down in departure with information Yankee.
Nice, good call. A little low.
Other 8372 Romeo, Long Beach Tower, North Downey departure approved. Depart from own risk, wind 110 at 6.
North down in departure approved and departure from Maverick is on my risk. Helicopter 7 to Romeo.
Okay, so we have a little tailwind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Long Beach Tower 6727 Hotel Romeo is holding short of 26 right, requesting one lap in the traffic pattern.
Lower collective a little.
27 Hotel Romeo, Long Beach Tower, stand by on request.
Standing by, 7 Hotel Romeo.
Cherokee 60 Tango, extend your downwind actually, I'll call your base turn.
Standing downwind and you recall my base town 926 Tango.
Clear, right clear.
Yes. Cannot and keep the trim string centered. Tower is very good, good job. Nice, very nice takeoff. Very good job. Trim string centered, 60 knots, high power. Perfect.
Cherokee 43900, requires short back to 261 as possible. Full stop.
Sorry, last call, the Long Beach Tower, say again?
Cherokee 43900, open 265, requires short back to 261, full stop.
Cherokee 90 Sierra, unable at the time, they're saturated, continue
clear.
right traffic, runway 26 right, please.
Right clear.
Continue right traffic, 26 right, 900.
Nice, that's a very good position to turn, just east of Foxtrot 3. So, keep this heading, just cross all the runways, more or less midfield, right?
Okay.
Flame 50 Lima, truck will be in position, runway 30, Boeing 737.
Roger, 50 Lima.
Southwest 1929 Long Beach Tower, traffic landing the parallels, runway 30, line up and wait.
30 line up and wait, Southwest 1929, copy traffic.
Yeah, make sure you don't get too high, but at the moment, good. 70 knots altitude.
Cherokee 60 Tango, turn base over the 605, runway 26 right, clear for the option.
Assist right, clear for the option and make that.
See the downy?
Cherokee 90 Sierra.
Okay.
When you're going chroma by
You can also use the trim now.
Okay.
So the DP likes that a lot if you use the trim.
Calling lights out.
Swing 50
Approach
Lima.
is green, 1, 2, 3 gauge are green, and speed fuel is more than half after turn, closing airport.
Stable, 50 Lima.
Yes. Yes, so this is the Downy. Okay, then we are on our way. 50 knots looks good. So in the checkout, the DP is also gonna ask you some emergency procedures, maybe. So I'm gonna ask you now as well. What does it mean when the alternator light comes on?
Alternator light comes on,
Southwest 1929,
alternator
runway
play
30,
or so check the alternator switch turn out, turns off, and then 1 second after turns on for still alternator right still turns on. We need to land as soon as practical, but we have a noise and vibration and loss of power. Land immediately.
No, there would not be a noise or anything. So, yeah, so the end doesn't belong to this procedure. But before that, what you said was okay. So it means alternator failure or low voltage, and then you switch off everything like GPS or stuff you don't need, right? And then if it's still on, let it on is practical, and that's it. Okay? So this part with if there is a noise or anything, and then land immediately, this is only for a main rotor temperature, tail rotor chip and main rotor chip.
Okay. 1929 contact SoCal departure, good day. Push departure, good day.
Okay, so this is the Downey 91 intersection here.
Yeah.
So maybe this is gonna be a checkpoint for your network, or maybe the Downey 105 intersection. So you can choose that yourself. But for now, we just keep flying straight. But you can already go to 700 because can you remember the right building?
Yep. White building.
This is where we start to climb to 700.
Okay.
Okay, what about the oil light?
Oil light is the excessive oil temperature.
No.
Oil lights.
Actually, you can keep climbing to 1000.
Okay.
Like that, you don't see a lot, so maybe you wanna fix that. Okay, we are out of Long Beach, so you can turn to the right to the 105, 605. Clear. To the oil lights. Can you remember what it is, what it means?
I just remember loss of power land immediately.
Yeah, so it could be a loss of power.
Yep.
Yes. Or loss of oil pressure. Okay. But if you have a loss of oil pressure, pretty soon we're also gonna have a loss of power because without oil the engine is not running very long. It's gonna be damaged. So what you have to do is, can you remember what we have to do when we have the light on?
Oil light on.
Yeah. What is the procedure we have to do?
Loss of power is the
Cherokee 60,
enter auto rotation.
follow the head to your right, entering the downwind,
no.
900 indicator, report traffic.
Yeah, if we have a loss of power, if it's confirmed, then yes, enter auto rotation. But
And the immediate land as soon as practical.
yeah, no. So now let's change the frequency.
Okay.
So if the light is on, you're gonna check the tags first.
Yeah.
To check if you actually have a power failure. Because if you have a power failure, the engine RPM will go down, right?
Yep.
Which means that's a power failure, so we would enter auto rotation. But if not, you would land immediately and be ready for to enter an auto rotation. So land immediately means be ready for enter an auto rotation, but you would just go down and land somewhere, right?
Yep.
Because if you continue to fly with the light on or with a low oil pressure, you can also check the oil pressure gauge.
Yep.
The engine will be damaged for sure. So we have to go down, yeah. What about the governor light?
Governor light means the governor off.
Yes, that's it. So it just means the switch is off. Okay, then we're just flying from the 105, 605. You can do maybe position report and then we're flying northeast. And let's climb a little more to 1500.
Okay. Elevation traffic, helicopter 70 Romeo over 105 intersection and climbing 1500, heading northeastbound elevation.
Nice, good job, good call.
Clear, right clear.
Okay, some clouds, maybe 2500 or 2000 or so. Should be no issue for us.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good heading. So Brackett Field, the airport you have to go to in your checklist is somewhere behind these mountains, right? So this is a good heading now. Then we're gonna do some maneuvers. Let's do Vortex Ring State first.
Okay.
So what should we do before we do maneuvers?
Check the warning lights out, warning lights check and then cover it up.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay.
So gauge check, yeah.
Warning lights out, tachometer is green, 1, 2, 3 gauge all green, and middle fuel is more than half cup temperature out of yellow.
Okay, what else should we do before we do maneuvers from altitude?
Yep.
What else should we do?
2000.
Yeah, we should check if there is somebody around, so maybe do a right turn and a left turn, or we can do a 360. So we want to find out the wind and if there is traffic.
Okay. Make a 360.
Yeah, maybe let's just turn 90 degrees to the right,
Okay.
to the left, and then to the right, so we can check. And check the wind in the meantime. You can check the ground speed and the indicated speed.
I think wind from the tailwind.
Okay,
Now tailwind.
so there is no traffic, then let's turn to the other direction.
Okay. Here tailwind.
Okay, still tailwind, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like the wind could be south-ish. Let's turn to the east and check if the wind gets more or
I
less.
think wind comes from the east.
Okay, from the east. Yeah, now we have a little headwind there. Okay, then let's make sure we have a headwind. Let's fly to the east.
Okay.
Yeah, looks good. Then let's do a Vortex Ring State, please.
Okay.
Bring in a little bit power, maybe 18, 19 inches, so we can raise collectively a little.
Okay.
Now we are already descending a lot. Yeah, that's enough, that's enough. We still want to descend. We don't raise too much, now we have more than 20 inches.
Now protecting state. And airspeed online.
Careful, don't raise too much.
Okay.
Don't want to raise too much power. Because this is a little delayed the instrument, right? The manifold pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, 60 knots altitude. Nice, that was pretty good. Just when you see the airspeed is alive, immediately raise the collective. You waited maybe half a second. So as soon as you see the time, the pointer moving, you can say airspeed alive, and at the same time you raise. Okay, let's keep 60 knots for cycling. And one thing you forgot, you flew the whole maneuver with the trim on. But that's okay, you also have to be able to do that, right? Because maybe in an emergency, you don't have the time to switch it off. But that's why it's good practice. Okay, but let's turn it off now.
Okay.
I want you to do an OGE hover.
OG hover.
Yeah, so you do the same thing, just we use all our power, try to hover. And if you see we don't have enough power, so if you are at your max power, and you're still descending, okay, then we don't have enough performance, and we have to do Vortex Ring State. But if not, if you have enough power, we just do OG hover, okay? Let's check one more time, so we're at 1500, 14 degrees, so we can pull maybe
22.5.
No, because we are a little higher.
22.
22 point, let's say 22.4 and 23.3 then, okay?
Okay.
So let's make sure you don't use more power. What is happening to your airspeed?
Oh.
60 knots at least, please. 23.3. Okay, then you can try that. So make sure you don't start to descend unless you use all your power, but don't use too much power, okay?
Okay.
You can start to reduce the airspeed. Try to have this 1G feeling so that you don't descend and don't climb when you're reducing the airspeed.
Okay.
So the VSI also stays at about 0. So at some point, pretty soon, you're gonna lose a lot of performance, and this is when you have to start to raise the collective. Okay, keep raising collective a little. Yeah. Okay. So we still have a little airspeed, but it looks like that's because of the headwind. But to make sure, let's raise a little more collective. I feel a little light in the seat. To make sure you're really hovering and you're not moving anymore, you can just choose 2 points, maybe this park and the building. And if these 2 points, you can make a triangle between those 2 points and you. And if you see they stay at the same position, you're really hovering. We have a pretty strong headwind, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like we still have enough power. Yes, we're hovering. Nice, good job. Okay, then let's do vortex ring state. So you can just lower collective a little. And when you have more than between 4 and 500 feet descent rate, cover.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. So this is 200, 300.
Yeah. Vortex ring state.
Right pedal.
Airspeed alright.
So don't raise too much, that's good. And 60 knots altitude. Nice, very good. This time it was even better.
Yeah.
Because you did on the recovery, you said vortex ring state, you can stop climbing. You said you lowered collective and at the same time you applied forward cyclic. That was really good. On the last one, you lowered collective, baited, and then forward cyclic. But you can almost do it at the same time like you just did it. So that was a very good vortex ring state.
Okay.
Nice, good job. Then you can fly 70 knots, please.
Okay.
And yeah, you can keep this heading. It's a good heading. Please turn 20 degrees to the left.
Okay.
That's clear.
Right. Turn left it?
Yes.
Okay.
So after we do the evaluation of your pinnacle spot, we're gonna do now the off-airport landing. You also wanna fly a pattern, okay? So you wanna imagine in your head which is my upwind, my crosswind, downwind, and then land. So this is the spot where we wanna land. Okay, so let's just overfly it.
Okay.
Then you can tell me what you think how high it is.
I think about 500 high.
Okay. So then the elevation of the spot is what?
Here the elevation spot is 1000, I think 200.
1200.
Yep.
So that means we are 400 feet above it now.
Yep.
Okay, then let's go to 500 feet HR.
Okay.
And you can already start the right circles and 60 knots. A little smoother on the collective, you're doing pretty big inputs today.
Okay.
Keep the 60 knots. Okay, 1700 is perfect, 60 knots. And now you want to establish some nice circles that you have always, maybe in this position, you have a good view. So you have to turn a little more now.
Okay.
Okay, now you already see the spot pretty good. So don't turn too much. A little left cyclic, because you don't want to get too close, because otherwise the circle is not nice.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty good. We're almost at 1,700. So we should be approximately, maybe between 16 and 1800 is good. Okay, then you can start your procedure. 60 knots is perfect.
Okay, wind comes from the
You take,
now headwind.
yeah, take your time. Maybe half a, at least for the wind, they would take at least half circle.
Now headwind. Oh,
Now it gets a little more windy, huh?
I'm now strong headwind.
Yeah. Make sure you don't get, now you're a little close to the spot.
Okay. Okay, now wind comes from the east
Okay.
and obstruction.
Nice, good job that you see that you're descending. Very good correction.
From east direction, have a
Forward cycling.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Some trees.
Yeah, okay. Also there is a big tree here, but that's pretty low, should be no factor. What do you think around the spot?
Around the spot.
Okay, we are a little close.
The spot is surrounding, have some trees,
So bushes, yes.
but it's okay.
Okay. Then also on the obstacles, what is really dangerous for us, what you can call out, behind us on this side there is power lights. So it's pretty far away from the spot, but when we circle and when we do our pattern in the end, we have to make sure we don't get too close, okay? So you can also say, hey, here on the north side there are power lines, so we should keep our distance.
Okay.
But the elevation of the spot was good. You said some bushes and trees, okay?
Yep. The power line have a north
Okay,
direction
nice.
and pass in, pass out. Better.
Make sure you don't get too close, a little left cycling.
It comes from the east. So I make the passing direction, this direction, heading
Okay,
east,
okay, yeah.
and pass out, make the just the east direction.
East.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna see. So,
And pass in east direction, pass out east direction,
okay.
and approach time is I think normal approaching is okay.
Okay, yeah. Maybe there's some small bushes on the east side, so maybe in the end we need a little steep approach.
Little steep
But
approach.
maybe, yeah, in general, normally is okay. So if you would approach from the north,
Yep.
there are some hills, so maybe we could not do a normal approach, right? Because not enough space. But yeah, from the east it looks like over there is another space on the west side. Okay, normal approach.
Normal approach and touchdown zone. Touchdown zone. Check the 5S.
Yes, very good.
Size is too big. Size is okay.
Yeah,
Enough.
big enough, huh?
Yep.
Very nice circle, good job.
And surface is hard, no mud.
Okay.
And shape, yeah, shape is okay. Have a, I think it looks flat.
Yeah, you can say shape is just a round or a circle.
Yeah,
Okay.
shape is flat. And shape,
Slope.
slope.
You think that is a slope?
Um, I think very little slope.
Yeah, that's a good. You can say it looks pretty flat, but
Yep.
maybe there is a little slope, but not too much. Okay, looks good. And now try to imagine in your head how you're gonna fly your pattern.
Okay.
And once you are ready, then you can fly the pattern.
Okay.
You can do left or right pattern, whatever you think is better.
Yep. I'm gonna make a right pattern.
Okay. So
Okay.
what is this? Our
Orbin.
upwind, okay. Then we turn crosswind.
Make the cross.
Yeah. Okay, why are we still turning? Is this crosswind now?
Okay. Now.
Okay.
And left clear. Right clear.
Okay, so if you fly to the east and approach, then the downwind should be to the west, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, then in downwind you do everything you also usually do.
Rolling lights out. Top mid screen. 1, 2, 3 gauge all green. Middle clear is more than half. Cup temperature. Out of
Keep
yellow.
the airspeed.
Okay.
Okay, copy that. Okay, nice.
Now left clear. Right clear.
Also, don't forget to start to descend in the downwind like we do it in Long Beach, right?
Okay.
And now I can give you a tip. It's always gonna look like you're low enough or your altitude is good, but in reality you are too high. So trust your instrument, okay? You said 1,200, so you have to make sure on final we want to be pretty low already, right?
Okay.
Okay, keep the 60 knots altitude.
Okay. Now left clear. Right clear.
Okay, we are not descending at the moment.
Yep.
Why are you raising the collective? Okay.
Now cover it down.
Put it down. There's a kind of an east heading. Looks like there are no obstacles. That's a good approach path. Yeah, you think you can do normal approach or is it too steep?
Little steep.
Okay, then switch to a steep approach. Okay, you have to raise collective half cyclic a little. Half cyclic. It looks very steep to me.
Yep.
Move forward. Okay, now we have VTL speed. So you have to make sure you don't descend too much.
Okay.
Okay, let's go around.
Go around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are at 1,100 now.
Yep.
So it seems like your elevation, the evaluation of the altitude was a little wrong.
Yep.
So, but we learned that now. That's good. So you can just climb again, 60 knots, raise collective. And we have to descend more. So on the end of the downwind, but it was very good for the first time, good pattern. But on the end of the downwind, you have to start descending, and then you have to make sure you keep going down. The VSI never shows zero; it's always showing it. Okay? But now we already know. We learned the altitude is about 1,100 or lower, maybe.
Yep.
So on final, you want to be at 1,300 or lower. Okay?
Okay. Now left clear. Right clear.
Left pedal.
Okay. Now left clear. Right clear.
Okay, then 1,500 is good. 70 knots is okay. Downwind.
Rolling lights out. Top mid screen. 1, 2, 3 gauge all green. Temperature. There is more than half. Cup temperature is approaching yellow.
Okay, that's a good altitude now. 1,500. You can stop climbing.
Okay.
Yeah, keep an eye on the spot. Nice.
Now left clear. Right clear. Now. Use speed and start descent.
60 knots altitude, not slower. 60 knots altitude, not 50.
Okay, now left clear. Right clear.
We are a little slow. 60 knots altitude. Okay, let's turn. you're starting to climb because you lose airspeed. Keep the 60 knots.
Okay.
Why are we turning so shallow? 90 degrees turn and then base.
Okay.
Okay, now we are already at 1400, that's good. For now you can keep this altitude, you still have pretty long distance to the spot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just don't get too low here because there are a lot of birds.
Okay.
Actually, we have to fly, let's extend a little. Oh, there are also a lot of birds.
Oh.
Yeah, we just fly a little bit around that.
Okay.
Okay, now you can turn in.
Okay. Clear. Right, clear.
Keep the 60 knots altitude. Okay, now you just look outside and normal approach. Trust your instrument, sometimes you can check the altitude. At the moment it looks pretty good. And once you feel like you're getting too steep, then you just switch to a steep approach. But if you can do it all in a normal approach. So now it almost looks like we're low enough, right? But in reality it's still about 200 feet. But that looks like a really nice approach path. Left pedal, don't get too slow. Okay, then make sure you don't land in the beginning of the spot, but in the middle or in the end, okay?
Okay.
Don't get too low, yeah. Extend a little bit, raise collective forward cycling. Keep going forward. Because we don't, there is a bush behind us.
Yep.
Nice, very good job. There's a bush behind us, so that's why we cannot land in the beginning, because otherwise our tail is in the bush, right? Okay, let's hover a little to the left.
Okay.
Okay, actually, I have controls.
You have control?
I have controls. Okay, if I have the controls, you have to let go. Okay, nice. That was a really nice approach. You were low enough, so it's much easier if you are a little lower or too low, because then you can still extend, just raise collective.
Yeah.
But if you're too high, you have to go around, right? So that was a really nice pattern, especially because you gave yourself a lot of space. You did a long downwind and a very wide base, so you had a lot of time to descend and check the spot. So really good job. Okay, then now what we did not see from the altitude, there is one more obstacle.
Yeah.
There is just higher terrain here on the east, right? So taking off in this direction is probably not a good idea, right?
Yeah.
So now that we are here, what do you think? Where could we take off? In which direction?
Take off. Wind comes from east, so make a